I'm great.
Awesome. Any particular focus on in this class for you?
I mean, not you talking about like what we wanted to do or like what we.
Position group or anything like that?
Well, I think we knew this just high school class was going to be smaller than what we signed last year. I think high school wise, we might have signed 36 players last year somewhere. I'm not for sure. In this year's class, as far as true scholarship athletes, was 21, and we felt like that we went out and got what we needed to. In Division II, recruiting is organized chaos a little bit, so things change. You operate with 36 scholarships, so you got to manage. I always say head coaches in Division II, they're like small general managers, because every player is on a different amount. It's not like everybody's on a full scholarship. But, I'm very excited about this class. And I probably say it every year, but it is a special day for especially Division II student athletes that play the game of football today, signing to get an opportunity to get an education and also to play college football.
You have a couple of Hornet family guys, a Collins and a Ricky coming in. What's it mean to be able to keep those families coming to Emporia State?
Yeah, I think that that's one of our core bricks, core values is family over everything, and you hear us say that a lot, Blake. And for us to recruit, younger brothers, older brother, whatever it might be, I think is important. It shows that, but we don't do it just because Carter, Ricky. We didn't recruit Carter just because Chase and his brother, like Chase played here, but Caden Ricky is here now, so there's three Rickies here, but. We didn't recruit Carter because of Chase. Carter plays quarterback. We recruit him because he's a very good quarterback. He fits our system. Very talented. He's an OKG, our kind of guy. He knows what we're about here within our program. And then same thing with Tegan. We didn't recruit Tegan because Trendon's here. I mean, we recruited Tegan because he's a great athlete, and and he's another one that fits into our football program and what we're all about.
Last one for me, Coach. I know that the public is invited to come out tonight. Can you just talk through a little bit your signing day bash that you're having tonight at Champions Landing?
You bet, Blake. This is my 20th one, I think. So I think it's a fun time for our fans to come out and listen to each coach. And I think it's important. I like for each coach to talk about their players. And, you guys hear me talk all the time. I don't want to do much talking at this. I just want to introduce them because they put a lot of time and effort into this, putting this class together. My staff, they did a great job. I'm very fortunate to the majority of my guys have been here for a while, so they kind of know the type of kids that we want to recruit here. And the OKGs are kind of guys. So it's not only good to really show what we've recruited and the next incoming class, but it's also good, I think, for our coaches to talk about those guys too as well. So that's what we'll do, and we'll show clips of video on each player, talk about each one, and we'll also talk about our transfers that we brought in at midterm.
I'm going to leave my recording going, but that's all for me. Thanks, Coach.
You bet.
That's it.
How's it going, Coach?
Good, great.
Just kind of going back to the basics, just what really excites you about this new high school signing class you have coming in?
Well, again, I think doing this for as long as I've done, Sydney, and I probably say that you go back and look at all the other interviews I've done, I probably say the same thing. But I always get excited around this time because it's about players, student athletes that want to be a part of our football program. And I think that's important when you're out recruiting is, like we want players to be a part of our football program. We want them to be excited about it. And, we're not the type of staff that if they commit somewhere else, and they're not coming. And we recruited them. That's fine. We don't try to flip kids and change their decision. I want guys that are loyal, to the football program. So that's why I do think it's an exciting day, and especially the landscape of college football and recruiting right now has changed. There are a lot of good high school football players. As we sat here and talk, as we do this interview, there are a lot of high school football players right now that are out there that 5 years ago we would have, they would be getting recruited more. But the portal has changed high school recruiting. It is, this is the first year. We were done basically 2 weeks ago. And a lot of times, it may go up to the last weekend before signing date. And this is the first time we were done 2 weeks early. And I think, again, it's because there's so many good high school football players. So I think high school football players should be excited because, there's a lot of other ones that, they don't have offers to go play anywhere. And maybe they would have 5 years ago.
And then kind of just to highlight more on the high school class, how important is it for you to recruit locally within the state of Kansas?
Well, I think you always want to start in your own backyard. And then I think, being a Division II school, I think it's really important because, retention is such, a big thing. And being able to keep them here. And it's not like, it's if you're close to Emporia State and you're from the state, family can come see you play. You don't have very far to travel for holidays. All those things. So, and then you also want to try to get the best talent you can in your own backyard. So I think that our coaches have done a great job every year in going out and doing that.
And then just kind of last one for you here about your transfer class. D2 is kind of interesting in transfer portal where the portal really never closes. So just kind of tell me about your guys out of the transfer portal, maybe that frustration and unique challenge it provides when the portal just really never closes for you.
Well, that's a challenge in itself, and I could get on my soapbox and talk about that because we do need a window, all right, but we don't have time to do that. But it is, you got to be able to navigate through it right now, and it's changed. We brought in, I think, 11 transfers last year. We brought in 16 maybe, so it's something that's probably going to be a common thing because you have to look at it like this. I think we lost 11 players in the portal, 12, somewhere like that. Well, do you want to – and some of those guys were guys that had played. They had experience. So you want to – you got to think to yourself, well, do you want to replace them with players that have experience? So you got to go in the portal and find players. Most of the time, yes. Or do you want to replace it with, an 18-year-old that doesn't have any college experience? So you got to really be able to balance it out. We still believe in developing players and getting them here and cultivating them. And, by the time, our ultimate goal is they're here and they get their degree from Emporia State. And when they leave here, they're a proud alum and they want to come back and they're excited to be a part of that Power E on their chest and to get their degree from Emporia State.
That's all I have, Coach. Thank you.
You bet. Thank you. Thank you. All right.